What's your name, bro? Jeffrey. My name is Nehemiah. Jeffrey, what's your name, sister? Stephanie. Good to meet you. Good to meet you. So what the officer is going over, he's going over the route on how the Native Americans and the Hispanics, they got to America. That's the route they're going over, because what they'll tell you through history is that you see Ephraim on down, the Puerto Ricans on down, all the way down to Argentina, Chile, Naphtali. What they'll tell you is that they came through the Bering Strait, right through an icy glacier. No, nobody could walk through that. So the Bible actually has the route where the Native Americans came from. Right. Nobody was in the Western Hemisphere. Right. Nobody. Everybody was in the Eastern Hemisphere. So that's why it pointed you to the Euphrates River. You understand what I'm saying, Stephanie? Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? What's your name again? Jeffrey, right? So Most High is given the route from Euphrates coming from the Eastern Hemisphere to this side of the land because nobody was there. What did it say? Read it again.
For the Most High did shoot us signs for them. And held still the flood.
So he showed signs and held still those floods because it was turbulent waters, right? Read.
Till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go.
So it's very descriptive. So the Most High said, this is the way y'all should go to get to that place where never mankind dwelt, right? Read.
Namely, of a year and a half.
He even told you how long it took them to get there. They took a year and a half to get from the Eastern Hemisphere, from the Euphrates River, all the way over here to the South Americas and the North Americas, Central America. Right, read.
You had to do everything by sea.
Right, exactly. Come on.
And the same region is called Issachar.
In that same region that the Israelites, right there, these people from Ephraim on down, where they stopped at, it said that region is called Issachar, Jeffrey. Issachar, Stephanie, right? Let's get what Issachar is, because historically, we would, us as Native Americans and blacks, we'll think, what the hell is Issachar? That's not an average word for us, right? Watch this. Give me that. This is the Jewish encyclopedia, because we thinking we ain't no Jews. We ain't gonna read no Jewish encyclopedia. Watch what the Jewish encyclopedia say. Read.
Issachar, the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the habitation of man. In which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell.
See that? It said it's where the 10 tribes. Ephraim on down is those 10 tribes that was coming over. That's the Native Americans right here. You see this, Jeffrey? You see this, Stephanie, over here? Right here. Read.
Observing the laws of Moses.
See that what it said? Observing the laws of Moses. Read.
Until the time of restoration. According to 2nd Ezra 13:45.
So that's what we just read out of the Bible. The Jewish encyclopedia is telling you that 2nd Ezra 13:40-45 is the route in which the Hispanics and the Native Americans came from the Eastern Hemisphere to the Western Hemisphere.
That's right.
Restoration means restoring. Because guess what?
Okay.
I'm glad you asked that. Watch this, Jeffrey. I want you to hear this too, because that Stephanie asked a great question. She said, what does restoration mean? We got to be restored as a nation of people. We were split. Right? Think about this. You got some brothers in Central America, which is our brothers, which is, look, if you look at Zebulon, Guatemala to Panama, right? You got some of the Native Americans over here. You got some of the American blacks over here. You got some of the Haitians in Haiti. You got some brothers. We all one family. So we have to be restored. Us coming on the corner right now, teaching you who you are according to the Bible, that's restoration for the nation. You understand what I'm saying? So that says this is the time of the restoration. So that's why y'all came over here. Read.
Columbus identified America.
Columbus identified Issachar
with this land.
You see that? That's what Issachar, the name of America used to be Issachar. But they don't tell you that. That's hidden in the Jewish encyclopedia. You see that? The Bible is a true book. That's why I said where never mankind dwelt, because nobody was over here until y'all decided to come over here and keep y'all laws.
That's right.
Y'all look at, I'm gonna show you one of the laws. You see this? I'm gonna let this up. Hold these flyers real quick, bro. Hold these flyers. Watch this. What do the Native Americans, you see the girls down there? What do the Native Americans have on their shirt? You see that on the bottom? What's that? Right on the bottom of their shirt. They got something similar to what we got on right here.
Yeah, okay, the little frills.
They're fringes.
That's
it's
right.
called fringes, right? It said that, and I'm gonna show you something about the Bible, because it said they went over there to keep their laws. Fringes was a law for the children of Israel. Watch this. Give me the Numbers chapter 15, verse 38.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse 38.
Bring it out.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto who?
the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations.
So they knew that. Native Americans, when they came over here, they said, we gonna do this custom throughout our generations. Where did they get it from? The Bible. Want me to tell you why? Because they are the children of Israel.
Right.
They are the 12 tribes.
Right.
They are the ones that God was talking about,
right.
that holy people above all people on the face of the earth.
Right.
Read that again. What?
They have Jesus have woolly hair.
Yes, 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 yes. All of us had woolly hair at one time. Read.
This is the Numbers chapter 15 verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So we coming back to that. When we learned, you see that ribbon of blue? We learned that, hey, we the Native Americans, Hispanics, black man, we the children of God. We got to come back and act like the children of God. Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe,
Come on.
that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them.
So that is the Native Americans came on this side to keep their laws. But what happened? What ended up happening? Give me that in Hosea. Give me that in Hosea. Hosea chapter 4 and verse 17. They give them a little reparation so that way they don't rise up. That's what it is. Because think about that. If somebody stole something from you, Stephanie, right? If somebody stole something from you, Jeffrey, shouldn't I return it to you straight up 100-fold?
Right.
I shouldn't just give you a little crumb. Look, listen to this. Let's just keep it simple, right? I steal your soda can or whatever. What you got? Energy drink. I shouldn't come back and give you a small glass and say, here, I stole your cup. Here's a fraction of what I took. No, I should give you back the whole thing, right?
Right.
So what would be the right thing to do for the Caucasian man since he stole this whole land from you? To give the whole thing back.
That's
right?
right.
But he's never going to do that because he doesn't want you to overtake him. Watch this. I'm going to show you how you can get it back though. But this is what happened and why we lost it. Read. Hosea 4 and 17.
This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 17. Ephraim is joined to idols.
Ephraim is all those tribes. You see Ephraim on down, and that includes the tribe of Gad. They was joined unto idols. We went after other gods. We started worshiping everything else besides the Most High God. We started worshing the rain, the stars, the moon. No, God said you're supposed to worship me. I'm gonna show you something about the rain and the moon and the stars. Give me that in Jeremiah 10, real quick.
Go up on the tent, sir.
Oh no, you wanted to get Deuteronomy 4? Give me that. Give me that in Deuteronomy 4 real quick. I'm gonna show you who that's for. You're supposed to be worshiping the God of Israel. I'm gonna show you what the heathen are supposed to. The heathen are everybody outside of that. Watch this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 19. Unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun, and the moon, and the stars, even all the host of heaven, shouldst be driven to worship them, and serve them, which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all nations under the whole heaven.
See that? God gave them that stuff to worship, not us. We're supposed to be worshiping him. Watch this. Go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 15. I'm going to show you what we're supposed to be doing. Or Deuteronomy 10. You can give me either one. Is that where you were going? Give me Deuteronomy 28, 15. Back full circle, Jeffrey, full circle. I'm going to show you. Watch this. And this pertains not only to the Hispanics and the Native Americans, it pertains to the black man too, and the black woman. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
What does it mean to hearken, Jeffrey? What you say? It means to listen. Hearken means to listen. It said if thou wilt not hearken, if you won't listen to God, because God is in the Bible. Read.
To observe, to do all his commandments.
One of those commandments was don't worship the sun, moon, and the stars. Those was given to the other nations. You're supposed to be keeping my commandments. Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses.
What's going to come up on you?
All these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
We are a cursed people. If you look around 27, let's just small 27th Avenue Indian School. Who you see on the corners, on the bottom? The blacks, The blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, blacks, Hispanic, back here, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, our community run down because what will happen? We didn't hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep the commandments. One of the commandments, you know what today is? What's today? It's Saturday. What'd you say? It's the Sabbath day. It's the Sabbath day. S-A-B, am I spelling it right? S-A-B-B-A-T-H. Sabbath day, right? Give me Exodus 31 real quick. Exodus start at 31 and verse 14. Small things that we have forgot. Why do you think God says remember the Sabbath day? Why do you think he have to say remember? Why he just say keep the Sabbath day? Why you have to put the remember in front of it? God is particular with words that he puts there. Why do you think he said remember, Jeffrey? Okay, want to keep his program. What you say? Usually when somebody has to remind you of something, that means you will forget it. That's why. God said remember the Sabbath day because he know us as a people, the blacks and Hispanics, we gonna forget it. Right now, I asked, right? I said, what's today? Everybody's like, I don't know. We have to come back and remember it, right? Read this.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 31 and verse 14. Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore, for it is holy unto you.
God said that the Sabbath is holy unto y'all. It's set apart from all the other days. Give me that in Sirach 33 and 7 real quick and come back. I'm going to show you something about God when he created the days. He created the days. Watch, I'm going to show you something about these days. Sirach 33 and 7.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 33 and verse 7.
Bring it out.
Why doth one day excel another?
God said, why does one day excel another? Read.
When as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun. By the knowledge of the Lord, they were distinguished.
By the knowledge of God, the days were distinguished. Meaning, day 1, day 2, day 3, he tells you what goes on in those days. And what did he say we do on the seventh day? It's the Sabbath of rest. It says, ye therefore should keep the Sabbath. Is there all on that? Or more on that?
Let me say something.
By the knowledge of the Lord, they were distinguished. And he altered seasons and feasts. Some of them have he made high days.
Some of the days he made high days, meaning he hollowed them.
And all of them. And some of them have he made ordinary days.
See, some days is ordinary and some days are holy days. The Sabbath is a holy day.
Some people start the week off on Sunday, and people, we always think it's Monday to Sunday.
No, it's day 1 is Sunday.
That's what, but they don't.
Why you think that? I'm going to get to that. You know that they trying to confuse you. They trying to confuse you from keeping the Sabbath. What they teach you in church? What they teach you in the Christian church? That the Sabbath day is Sunday.
That's right.
No, that's not biblical. That's why God said prophets got to come out and help you remember the Sabbath day and to keep it holy. Read this. Come on.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 32 and verse 14. Ye shall keep the Sabbath therefore, for it is holy unto you. Everyone that defileth shall surely be put to death.
That's what was happening to brothers. And you see our people, we constantly get put to death because we not hearkening to the voice of the Lord our God. Where you going, Stephanie? You coming back? Don't go nowhere, Stephanie. We got Jeffrey, Stephanie. What's your name, sister? Back there.
If I miss it, I'll die. No, I ain't gonna
Jeffrey,
die.
Jacinia, and Stephanie. Read.
Go right here.
Come on.
Everyone that defileth shall surely be put to death.
That's been happening to us over time. We've been getting put to death for not hearkening to the voice of God. We're supposed to be coming back to keep the Sabbath. Somebody got killed over here?
She got the video.
Wow. Somebody just got killed over here? And that's what we're talking about. Remember the Bible said we cursed in the city and cursed in the field? We cursed in the city and cursed in the field because we break God's commandments. The blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, we live in the worst conditions because we don't follow God's commandments. God said curses, that's a curse. If you can't even come on your own block without being safe. That's a curse. Read.
For whosoever doeth any work therein,
So whosoever do any work on the Sabbath, we got to even start with this, because we got to start somewhere, right? Because sometimes somebody will say, I can't keep all those commandments. Yes, you can. You just got to start little by little. Right now, we start with hearkening to the Lord, keeping the Sabbath day. Read.
That soul shall be cut off from among his people.
So if you broke the Sabbath day, you will be cut off from among your people, which we are currently. Read.
6 days may work be done.
6 days may work be done. So from Sunday, which is the day one, all the way through Friday sundown, right? You have your time to get your work in. Read.
But in the 7th is the Sabbath of rest.
So on the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest. If you need some water, let me know. But on the Sabbath day is the Sabbath of rest. So right now, all this stuff, if we own this land, if we brought it back to how we were supposed to be living in biblical time, all this should be shut down. It shouldn't be all this going on. You know what this is? This is enticing you to sin. Your enemy has set this up, and he has enticed you to buy and sell on the Sabbath day. That's exactly what he's doing. Your enemy, hey, Jeffrey, you see who's tying the Native Americans up right there? What race of people? The Caucasian race is doing this. It's not a hate campaign. This is the truth. I didn't make this picture, right?
At the same time, it spawned our mind to have tribal warfare.
It did. No, you're right. Jeffrey, watch this. It's not even tribal warfare only. You know what else kind of warfare they did? It's racial warfare between me and you, bro.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Native Americans may not think blacks is their brother, and vice versa, but we are all one family. We are children of Israel. We all, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we all one people. They all entice us to buy and sell and sin because they want to keep us at the bottom. You hear what God said? If you don't hearken to me, curses. And guess what? It's evident that we cursed as a people.
That's Psalms 83.
Psalms 83, right?
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless you. Hey, it's that time again. We need you to subscribe to the IUIC Phoenix YouTube page, all right? So make sure you go ahead and subscribe right now. We need your help. Shalom.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.